Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Um, we are both from the Evangelical Alliance in Switzerland, German-speaking part, and I'm from the French-speaking part. We are one of these trees where Lausanne is putting the fruits on, and we love to do that in collaboration with Lausanne. Maybe I can just take... You know, in Pentecostal churches, you love to move around, so... No, don't be afraid. Yes, just telling you some words about the impact of Lausanne 3, specifically Lausanne 3, because we could start the history a little bit longer ago, but we'll just tell some aspects from this one. I was there, Vivian not, so this is why I'm speaking first. It's not a gender issue, it's not, no, don't worry about that. I hope, at least. No, you can see we have a little bit of gender issue. The delegation, just 5 women in 2010, 17 men. So, and nobody from international church. I don't know if you remember those in Cape Town. We had a European meeting, a continental meeting, 800 people, and 1 person with migrant background. Yes, but at least in the French-speaking, German-speaking, we had kind of a balance, and also between organizations and churches. This is something we really stand for in Switzerland. We want both together working hand in hand. We brought at least 2 things back, and it's for sure it's a main contribution of Lausanne 3. Also other things before, but it landed in a very good place in our country where we could bring back a path towards reconciliation and unity, and also a deep shift in mission. I just present shortly these aspects. First, the path toward reconciliation and unity. We had discovered 44 points we wanted to address, and it was too much. So we really concentrated that. We had a very good, interesting delegation process after Cape Town, and we found out that we have to live reconciliation and unity between different parts of our country. It's not just language barriers, but cultural barriers we have. So we decided we want to work on that, and we started doing that. We started already before, but we really intensified this work. Then realized we need reconciliation and unity in the interaction with migrants in our country. I don't want to bother with statistics or with numbers, but we have a high percentage of migrants in Switzerland. It's, I think, one of our calling, and we appreciate that we can disciple the nations in Switzerland, the whole nations, and we started to work on that with, for example, a working group called Intercultural. We need also reconciliation and unity among the different churches and denominations in the country, and we really intensified the collaborations, not just friendly meetings, but also some projects. We wanted to be involved together, especially in missional aspects. And finally, the fourth is that we wanted to really address reconciliation and unity about the place of men and women in the church. So we are still in this process, also at the European level, but it's we made some very good steps and improvements in this area too. This is the first 4. These are the four main chapters. Under these chapters, there are many other things I could explain, but it's not the place to do that here. Interesting aspect is the path toward a deep shift in mission. Like Jaume said, discipleship was present. Nobody is against discipleship in Switzerland, but there was no real effective strategies around, and some popped up, and we really could also intensify the way we wanted to address mission in a global way. This is the new organigram of the French-speaking alliance. Now we have two wings. First, we had just one. We were flying in a circle, maybe not, but well. We had the institutional wing. And this institutional wing did a very good job speaking with the authority, with media, with a lot of things, also with the churches, the organization. It's more the church political aspects things. And we have also some work groups, institutional work groups. We still have them, and they're very important. And we have also now a new missional wing. We want to fly straight, and so we have this missional wing added, and we really work with missional work groups to support our denominations, our organizations, to be really effective in their work in the mission, and also in complementarity and in working together. And it really triggers a lot of very good things. I can just mention some of them. In the missional aspects, we have a Kingdom Festival which addresses the whole thing, and this is in the French-speaking part. We have 2 days out meeting people, and normally in a Kingdom Festival you have around 600, 700 people, and we can bring around 500 people to Christ during this simple event. And we see that the harvest is white, the harvest is ready, it's written in the Bible, and now we start believing it in our region. The Turning is an evangelism tool from UK, discipleship learning community, church planting learning community. We have an exponential round tables, several of them. We have DMM, disciple making movements, which are becoming member of the Alliance. This is something very new. Usually they stay in, I don't know where. Now they are popping up, they're present, and they want to contribute, and that's a very good sign, I think. And on the institutional aspect, we have Transvision. It's a leader gathering where the leaders in our region meet every third year during 3 days in the hill, in the mountains up there. And they just put the ministry coat down and just come before God during 3 days, listening to God. And that's something that really changes the atmosphere and friendship between ministries. We have also national church planting process. We have, different things we work on also on the institutional side, but for sure it's a big shift. We appreciate having received through also Lausanne 3.
Yes, I'm really new as a general secretary, just 1 year. So Lausanne is also new for me. So I can just tell you in the German-speaking part what we are right now. And I would say it's indirect influenced by Lausanne, but it's in the spirit. It's in the same spirit with the Lausanne movement. So since 2019, we are in a mission process. It's called Zukunft Mission, Future Mission. And it's really interesting. There is a little mission organization, Life in Abundance, based in Kenya. And the European leader, she's Swiss. And so her boss in Kenya told her, you can look in Switzerland what is going on about mission. And so she didn't know because she's not a theologian, she's not in church leaders. And so she contacted us, evangelical churches leaders, and she did a consultation twice. And she did interviews with the pastors, with church leaders, with different organizations, what they think is mission. And it was really interesting, not only the survey, that because of this process, it began, a working group began to see how we can get together more with this issue of mission in Switzerland. So we worked in different learning communities as well. They did traveling to Kenya to have some inspiration. And now we have a document, or we are still working on this document, to have a common sense of mission, what we think is mission in Switzerland, and also what it means for the practical life for churches. And 3 things I want to point out. One is that we said we have to do it together. It's not against churches, against organizations. We have to do it together. And also the story of the 4 friends who took his paralytic friend to Jesus. We have this picture in mind that we have to bring together the people who need Jesus to him. So this is one point. And the second point is that we want to create ecosystem of the gospel. It sounds a little bit green, but it's a term that Timothy Keller used, that we want to see the churches and ecclesiastic organization can be a win-win situation, that we do it together, and it's okay that someone is preaching the gospel straight on and others are working more in social or political issues. And the third thing is we want to focus on the 5 marks of mission. This is an old thing from the Anglican Church. So we are also really happy to have Usha and Jim at our leader meeting in December. So we see that we are just in this mission process, and we can see that the Holy Spirit is just bringing everything together just in the same time, like the Lausanne movement has his gathering here and next year. So we are really looking forward what is coming up.
I finished with that. Yeah, you can come. We have 5 minutes, so we're a little bit abusive in that. I'm sorry.
It's Swiss timekeeping.
It's Swiss timekeeping. I just wanted to say we're speaking about this. Oh, no. Can you just leave it or not? Okay. It's making it artificially longer. We were just speaking about this little orange segment here, but I just wanted to underline, and it's probably the same in your other nations, that there are years of prayer behind us. We are just carried by that, and we're really thankful for that. We're also thankful that we can collaborate between different cultures in the same nation. We have many countries in Europe where it's the case, and we just want to say it's possible to work together, even if we are different. Really, it is possible. Amen.
Merci beaucoup, vielen Dank, or whatever the right thing in Swiss, French, Swiss German would be. Wasn't that an amazing slide at the end? That's one to take away. That will be in the folder as well. We're going to have 10 minutes now in our tables to discuss what we've just been hearing from those presentations. We're moving towards this evening's session where we're going to be really challenging you to think about what you could actually do. So hold on to what some of the hows that Jaume shared in his presentation. Even though he didn't do a PowerPoint, I'm going to get his notes, okay? So that they can be put on that to share with you, because I'm sure many of you were scribbling down ideas for yourselves. So 10 minutes in your table groups. Again, use the document on Google Drive to be able to capture your thinking in your own language so you can share it with others.